This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by Lincoln Savings Bank. At home in Iowa, at work for you.
The 2016 UNI football season comes to an end. The Panthers finish 5-6 overall on the year as they were trying to punch their FCS playoff ticket in that final game against South Dakota State, but the Jackrabbits get the MVFC win and the regular season title. Coach, that last football game, kind of like that whole second half of the season for your guys. They fought tooth and nail all the way to the end.
They did, but like the season, we're in good position going into the fourth quarter and didn't make a play at a critical time to seal a game. So that was kind of the story of the day as much as it was the season.
Do you talk to the guys at all about just how proud you are of them facing the toughest schedule in all of FCS college football and having a chance at the end of the year?
Oh yeah, you're always pleased that they fought and battled through what was considered the strongest schedule in FCS, but at the end of the day, we've got the purpose and we wanted to make the playoffs, and we played good, but we had some missed opportunities. So I think to our players, we're just so accustomed to winning that it's more the setback than it is the playing the strongest schedule.
Saturday, you had to say goodbye to 19 seniors, a couple on the offensive side. Robert Rathje, a big one. Tyvis Smith, Michael Malloy, two running backs. Really hard to say goodbye to those three.
Well, Tyvis and Michael really had a great years and great careers here at UNI. You look at Robert and Trevor Hansen, the two offensive linemen. I thought those two guys, have been outstanding for years. Logan Cunningham was another one that came in here. They're all 5-year players that really devoted themselves to this place. Michael was here for 3 years.
Aaron Bailey, also a senior on that offense. A big part of the summer leadership program. Some of those guys on the offense, Aaron and Robert, really kind of took lead of that.
Yeah, and then when you apply what's on defense, the Carter Schultz, Jamison Whitey, those are key players for us. And I think probably one of the most impactful players, the quietest impactful player, was Deshaun Dexter.
Absolutely, yeah. Senior linebacker out of Orlando, Florida. Really, you just saw his speed out there on the field, but just determination to never give up.
Well, and I talked to a lot of people as they went through this, and what you're really proud of at the end of the day is how do your players play. And I thought if you just watch Deshaun Dexter, how he played, how Michael Malloy played, how Logan Cunningham plays when he's on the football field, if you just watch those guys run every down, that's what you want from your players.
Coach, the senior Carter Schultz out of Tripola, Iowa, gets to represent UNI football out in New York City, a finalist for the William V. Campbell Trophy, the academic Heisman of college football, as it looks at academics, looks at community service, looks at your play out on the field. Opportunity for him to have a chance to win that coming up in December, but to be named a finalist alone, an extremely big honor.
Yes, to get invited to New York on that deal is a huge thing, because that's 16 of all Division I football players. So he'll sit at an elite table for that finalist award. But he follows up with Josh Mahoney when he went up there. And I don't know that we knew how big that award was when Josh went. This time we do know how big this award is.
Yeah, finished phenomenal records on the field as well. Number 1 in UNI's history for tackles for a loss and quarterback hurries. Led the FCS in sacks and tackles for a loss as well. Coach, the returners, what they're able to learn from this senior class. A lot of talent coming back, but some good examples for them to learn from this year's seniors.
Well, the guys they got to learn from the guys that put their time in the out of season to create their opportunities, and how we speak of them at the end of the season. You can't do this at the beginning of the season. It's what you do those other 11 months is what matters to create the opportunity to be spoke of so highly at the end. But you can't look at your production, you got to look at the process. And if you want to learn something from a lot of these seniors like we spoke of that are elite, watch what they did for the 4 years out of season to create their in-season rewards.
All right, it'll be a lot of fun to see the Panthers coming up in the future. We'll take a look at some returners, and we'll talk a little recruiting coming up here on Panther Sports Talk.